When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Lange, as usual, and we have the trifecta for you today. So we've got three brains to answer any and all questions you may have, so take advantage of this live call-in show. Dr. Summerton is no newbie. All of you know Dr. Summerton. Good morning, Dr. Summerton.
Good morning, Dr. Lange, and all our listeners out there, and good morning, Taylor.
It's good to be here.
So we are at the FOA this week. So it's over at the Marriott, JW Marriott, right by the water, Tampa Bay, and that's the Florida Optometric Association. And so Dr. Summerton wears many hats. Not only is she one of the doctors at the Lange Eye Institute, and she is the advisory board at Fortify Vitamins. She helps with development of the supplements, and she's also fellowship trained and a diplomat in the nutritional arena. But she's also a trustee at the Florida Optometric Association. What does that actually entail?
Well, our job is to promote, protect, and progress the optometrists in the state of Florida. So just like in our practice, we're always looking to do better. I get to represent the doctors and help them do better and also help protect their patients along the way. And we want to provide the best care we possibly can. We know in today's modern world, everything is advancing and changing. And so we're keeping up with that to do what is best for the Florida optometrists out there. And we've been here all week. I've actually been here since Tuesday. And then we also have a big continuing education, learning the latest and greatest. And we have a big exhibit hall with all the latest equipment. And so we're out there just trying to do our best and give you the best eye care we can.
Oh, and the FOA is an amazing organization. And I want to thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
And everybody on the FOA, we definitely want to thank you for what you do. Yeah, we're doing a lot of shopping this today. At the big expo. I've got some of the staff helping me pick out all the new equipment for the new Lange Eye Institute in Ocala. So we're going to open up early next year. We bought the old Coca-Cola bottling plant, and that was built in 1937. It opened in 1939, and we're turning that into the Lange Eye Institute of Ocala. We're also putting a in-office surgery center upstairs. So that's kind of exciting to be able to offer surgery in-house, the latest in optical, the latest in nutritional eye care. And we're also moving the corporate headquarters to Fortify Vitamins. We're building out another 2,000 square feet just for Mr. Taylor right over there. Taylor, good morning. This first time you've actually been in the studio hosting Ask the Doctor. I think at one of our Fall Expos, we did an event where we did it on the laptop. So just introduce yourself to our listeners.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Mike and Dr. Summerton. Thanks for having me on the show. My name's Taylor. We actually have just relocated here from Indiana. And so as Fortify continues to grow and as we take part in this new facility in Ocala and build out kind of what that dream looks like for Dr. Lange and the rest of the community, we are excited to branch that out. And as the managing director, we have huge plans, not only from a product standpoint, but from an influence standpoint for our products and for the research and science that we're doing. And that's the main goal. That's the main focus that we're going to be tuned into, and we're going to keep making that push happen.
Right, and Fortify's motto, right ingredients, right science, right for you. That's our continuous goal, to try to develop the best, fully transparent, science-based supplements with essentially nothing coming out of countries that we don't want them coming out of. So we try to source all of our ingredients from the best places out there. All right, the phone lines are open. Remember, this is a live call-in show. If you have a question regarding your vision or eye care, give us a call. We're optometric physicians from the Lange Eye Institute and also certified nutrition specialists as well. Give us a call at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. We also want to take this opportunity to welcome a new station. We're constantly growing, Ask the Doctor. So we're welcoming our Orlando, Florida listeners that are listening on AM 950 The Answer and FM 94.9 The Answer. And that's another Salem Media affiliate. So we're on quite a few of the Salem Media affiliates, and we're actually broadcasting from Salem Media headquarters here in Tampa Bay. So we're coast to coast, actually. So on a whole host of different radio shows coast to coast, and we're live video streaming all over the world. So it's actually good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, just depending on what part of the globe you're listening or watching. So one more time, phone lines are open, 877-969-8600. I also want to take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Christine Gillikin to the Lange Eye Institute. Dr. Christine was one of my technicians years ago, went away to optometry school, just graduated, and she's been in the office 3 times, kind of following me around, learning the ropes. She starts full-time on Monday, and she's an amazing doctor with a great bedside demeanor, and we want to welcome Dr. Christine Gillikin. So let's talk about something that's kind of exciting. I'll let Taylor kind of chime in on this. So we created something called the Fortifeye Fit Bites recently. Dr. Summerton and I and Taylor were involved in lots of research and looking at what's going to work best. We really wanted to go after that market that wants to lose weight, that market that when you're overweight, one of the reasons you're overweight is you eat too much. And that's easy because you're hungry. You have this thirst for food and milkshakes. And so we wanted to develop something that was natural, that wouldn't have any potential negative side effects, that would act kind of like a GLP-1 receptor agonist, these drugs that everybody's using and injecting to lose weight that has potential side effects like any drug, right? So we did. We developed Fortifeye Fit Bites, and it's pretty amazing. We just launched it a few days ago, and this was the first time it's really been released to the public, and we had doctors from all over the state and all over the country come by and sampling it. And I want you to just talk a little bit about Fortifeye Fit Bites, what's in it, and what people are saying about the taste of this.
Right, yeah, so Fit Bites is unlike anything that we've ever done before. Typically we've thrived in the capsule and ready to mix powder space, but as we've continued to innovate, this was something brand new for us, the gummy. The manufacturer that we did a lot of work with was saying, we've never heard of this. And they are one of the biggest manufacturers in the entire world for gummies specifically. And so that was real exciting for us, and in partnership with delivering a nice balance of taste, functionality, and goal achievement when it comes to your diet plan.
And it actually works. You've tried it. I've tried it. Dr. Summerton's tried it. Tastes good. But after you eat 1 or 2 of these, I went 8 hours without having a meal after, and I usually eat every 3 hours.
Correct. And it's just a 2 gummy dose. It's not like you have to eat, 20, 30 in one sitting. It's really that simple to get you from breakfast to lunch, or lunch to dinner, or dinner into sleep too.
And it's only $29.
That's it.
So it's not real expensive. So check it out on the website at fortify.com, Fortifeye Fit Bites, and you can call Fortify at 866-503-9746, 866-503-9746. Potatoes usually have a lot of potassium, and some have phosphorus. And some people that have kidney problems can't have a lot of potassium. So the interesting thing is the way they do this extraction process with this Slendesta basically has no potassium in it.
Right.
So it's compatible with people that have these kidney issues that can't have high dosages of potassium. And you like it, right?
Oh, I love it. So it's kind of funny as we've stepped through the testing process. All ages from 20 that we've tested all the way to folks in their 60s, 70s, 80s have loved the taste of this product, have loved the functionality of this product. And so being the fact that it works with hormones in our body that are involved in signaling satiety and fullness, I think that rings with a lot of folks. And it goes back to that piece of, cravings are a part of the natural human process.
Right.
But we're just trying to get folks to manage that appropriately and have those tools ready, like the Fit Bites, at the ready so that they don't do mindless snacking.
Right, a natural approach to curbing your appetite. You know, when we come to these conferences, Dr. Summerton and Taylor, we tend to overeat. And some people even overdrink, all right? You consuming a lot more calories than you should, you know, because a lot of it's, you know, covered by, you know, all these reps and things. And so, you know, there's a new study out there that talks about just a gentle little walk, but right after eating helps with your glucose. Now, that time is of the essence, isn't it, Dr. Summerton?
It is, and we all have heard that it's good to walk after you eat, but the question is, does timing matter? And it does if you're looking to help that blood sugar. And literally, if you only take, like you said, a 10-minute walk, that stimulates to get that glucose out of your bloodstream without the insulin requirement. So you have a little 10-minute time zone right after you eat to make sure you don't get that blood sugar spike, which 10 minutes, we all can do 10 minutes after we eat. It's such a simple thing that's free and can make such a substantial difference.
Right. So after you walk, after you eat, get out and do a 10-minute walk immediately after. We're getting ready to take the next call. So, Rebecca, hold on for 1 second in Augusta, Georgia. So, talking about walking, Dr. Summerton and I mentioned this not too long ago. If you actually walk 5 to 7,500 steps a day, it's linked to a 54% reduction in cognitive decline. So anywhere from 5,000 to 7,500 steps a day, 54% reduction in cognitive decline. And then if you only have 2,500 steps a day, that's easy, 8% reduced rate of all causes of mortality. Now here's the kicker. 8,767 steps, so 8,767 steps, a 60% reduced risk of mortality, all causes. 60%. So that's 8,700 steps. So let's try to get between 8,000 and 10,000 steps. We'll cognitively be functioning better, and we'll live a little bit longer. Not to mention we burning calories, and your blood sugar will be better.
Right.
All right, let's go to the phones. Rebecca in Augusta, Georgia has been waiting patiently. Good morning, Rebecca. Thanks for holding.
Good morning. I just had some questions about the cataracts. I've been told I have them, and my vision is getting more blurred. But anyway, I'm scared of having anything mess with my eyes. You know?
So a good question, Rebecca. And I always tell patients when you get to the point in life where your vision isn't acceptable to you, okay? When the cataract surgeon says you've got a cataract, and you still have legal driving vision, then it's really up to you. When your quality of vision is to the point where it's affecting your quality of life, that's when you need to remove the cataract. Now, obviously, if it's causing a physical problem in the eye, it's causing your pressure to go up or angle closure, then it has to be removed. But most of the time, cataracts are not going to cause serious problems until it's really, really late in the ball game. Now, as far as cataract surgery goes, we've come a long way with cataract surgery now. So it's really a painless procedure, and some cataract surgeons can have them out in 5 minutes. Some are just topical anesthetic and oral sedation, not even an IV, just depending on where you go. So it's relatively quick, it's painless. In the hands of a competent ophthalmologist, you'll get amazing results. Really.
So can I interrupt you just a minute?
Yes.
So how do I find? There's a couple people here where I live that I think are pretty good. This one Dr. Marks, years ago, he had some kind of rating like the top ophthalmologist in the Southeast or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
yeah, I'm sure that group is very good. Let's put it this way. First of all, if you're an ophthalmologist, you're cut above because, first of all, you finished 4 years of college, and then you got accepted to med school, all right? So it's hard to get into med school. Then you did really good in med school to get accepted to the ophthalmology residency. So these doctors are a cut above most doctors. And then if you become fellowship trained in cornea, glaucoma, retina, oculoplastics, you've even taken it to the next level. So, we've literally got lots of great ophthalmologists in the South that are going to take care of you. And you can always go to their, go to the internet and look at their ratings, look at their reviews, right? And see if people, reviews tell you a lot.
Right. Okay, so the other question I have is, can they just remove, because my distance vision is real good. I can see I don't need glasses or anything for my distance, just reading. So can you just have the cataract removed, or do you have to have the lens?
Yeah, you're going to have an implant put in. That's what cataract surgery. Otherwise, you wouldn't see. And that you just answered your question, though. You said you see really good in the distance. If you see really good in the distance, you might not need cataract surgery yet, okay? And if one doctor says you definitely need cataract surgery and you think you're still seeing pretty good, then maybe it's time for a second opinion.
Mm-hmm. So how do you know is there like a way they can tell how bad they are?
Well, yeah, we grade a cataract on a number scale, but that sometimes can be misleading because I've seen people with grade 3 cataracts that I think they need cataract surgery, but they're still seeing 20/20 and they're asymptomatic. So once again, it's up to you. If your symptoms, if you think you see poorly, then you need to have it removed. So most people are going to notice blurred vision at night, glare at night, halos and starburst around cars' headlights at night. But if you don't drive a lot at night, then that's not a big deal. And then they'll notice you got to have a lot brighter light for reading. So, Dr. Summerton, what do you think?
Yeah, cataract surgery is the number one surgery done in the United States. I believe it's over 3 million get it done every year because we all get cataracts. But the difference is how far along that cataract is. It's technically not harming you, but it is filtering light that can get into your eye. Less light equates to less vision. So depending on how you're doing, we obviously want you to be safe to drive. We want you to be able to see everything on the road. If you do a lot of night driving, that cataract is going to bother you sooner than someone who doesn't really drive at night. If you're outside in a lot of glare, as in the villages, we hear a lot of golfers and they complain of glare and it's affecting their golf game. And that is, that's their lifestyle. That's what they enjoy to do. And we don't want to prevent you from enjoying your life. So it is dependent on how you're doing. If you're doing fine, you can leave it alone. If you're struggling to see, a thing I would suggest, the hardest part about cataract surgery for you is deciding if you want to go with traditional cataract surgery where you get a new implant. That implant is going to allow more light in. You can upgrade to a vision correcting implant depending on your desire to not use glasses. And that's something you'll talk with your cataract surgeon about in the consultation.
Okay.
And that, Rebecca, there's an old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay?
Well, I'll tell you, the worst time I have the blurred vision is when you're in these stores with these fluorescent lights. They just hurt my eyes. They hurt my eyes before I started having the cataracts.
Right, and that could be related to the cataract, but also dry eye. So you may want to try some good unpreserved artificial tears and lubricate your eyes a little more frequently. Remember to drink plenty of water during the day. Eat a banana or an avocado for the potassium that can help with dry eye. And so, like I said, blink, maybe do a hot compress on your eyes a couple of times a day, drink enough good water, eat a banana. And there's a lot of things we can do for dry eye. And we're going to talk more about that in just a few minutes about some new innovative technology for dry eye. So dry eye can cause some of those symptoms that you're having as well.
So is there any drops you can use to help them go away?
Well, sure. I mean, there's a lot of drops you can buy over the counter, but if you go to our website at fortify.com, that's Fortifeye, and go to the eye section, and we have the drops I like the best are either the Oasis or the Optase, and there's a few different brands on there. I love the Oasis Tears Plus, and I like the Optase Forte and the other Optase brands, but these are preservative-free. They're not made in China, okay? And they work. They have a little bit of what we call sodium hyaluronate or hyaluronic acid, which kind of acts like a natural anti-inflammatory. It sort of binds to the epithelium and lasts a little bit longer than the typical over-the-counter drops that you can get. So you can certainly try that, but then it's not a bad idea to see your local optometrist or ophthalmologist and make sure everything's okay, all right?
Yeah, I need to do it. I'm going to make an appointment pretty soon. So.
All right, Rebecca, thanks for the call.
Anyway, Yeah, I enjoy your show. I wish I was closer to you, but whatever. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yeah, Augusta, Georgia's just a hop, skip, and a jump, right?
That's it.
All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctors. We're waiting for that first call from Orlando, Florida. All of you guys and gals listening to AM 950 and FM 94.9, write this number down. Give us a call, 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. You can learn more about what we have to offer at Fortify.com, or you can simply go to the Lange website. That's my name, drmichaellange.com. So DR, don't spell it out, no period, just drmichaellange.com. And that can link you up to all of our other websites and social media platforms and things like that. So we're getting ready to take another caller in just a second here. But before we go to Steve in Clearwater, I want to talk briefly about the Ultimate Fit Bundle. This is brand new, Taylor. Brand spanking new, the Ultimate Fit Bundle. And we've got Fortify Fit Pro, Fortify Fit Meal, and Fortify Fit Bites all together at a discounted price. It's a complete anti-aging wellness system, unlike anything on the market.
Absolutely. And so combining these three products really, catalyzed by Fit Pro early on and then branching off into Fit Meal as a premier meal replacement, not only just a few months ago, and then us pivoting strongly into Fit Bites, creating this trifecta that I think folks are really going to gravitate towards, especially as they work synergistically together. And so as we progress through that, we wanted to create the Ultimate Fit Bundle, and it's coming in at just under 20% off. So it's a pretty big markup when we're talking about getting these premier products at a discount in a bundle for one system. And so catalyzing the Fit Pro for the morning, pre or post your workouts, or even during, and also with the Fit Meal in place of one of your meals throughout the day, not just a supplement. And I think that's been the common misconception of customers that we've seen and patients that we've seen come through our doors is they think it's a supplement, and it's absolutely not. It's a full meal replacement. And so using that and then managing the appetite control all the way through the day in an enjoyable way with Fit Bites, it really makes it that premier system.
It's exciting.
Exciting for sure.
We're all going to be competing in the Ironman soon, Dr. Summerton.
That's the goal.
Fit Pro really does help. I mean, that's what we came out with first. I mean, you drink it 30 minutes before you work out. Fit Pro really gives you a lot of energy without being caffeinated. So, a 75-year-old athlete can have it and not be concerned about going into atrial fibrillation and stroking out in the gym.
Right.
And by the same token, a 16-year-old football player can take it, so you take it pre-workout and post-workout. And so Fit Pro really does work quite well. Fit Pro is a combination German Creapure creatine, which, by the way, where does all creatine come from unless it says Creapure creatine?
It's coming from China, folks. Just about 99% at this current moment in the market. It's flooded with Chinese creatine, and so we wanted to make sure it was the best of the best, which is Creapure creatine right out of Germany.
Right, and we use beta anhydrose, we use MyHMB, we use L-citrulline, vitamin D, and we pivoted from peak ATP, which stimulates adenosine triphosphate, which is a good product, but what are we using now? And you're an expert in that field.
So we pivoted recently to a product called Elevate TP, sponsored and made by Futureceuticals out of Chicago, Illinois. And so that being said, that has pivoted to that product not only to work on the surface level, but it focuses primarily, and really you can make a case of this being the hero ingredient of Fit Pro, and saying that it works at the cellular level. So, it reduces that oxidative stress. It focuses on lean muscle mass building and maintaining it through power output. And the clinical research on this just continues to expand, and what Futureceuticals has done, how this operates in Fit Pro, and how that will help folks either pre their workout, during the workout, or even after for a nice recovery shake.
And we have all those studies on the website. If you go to Fortify Fit Pro, or check it out, the all-new Ultimate Fit Bundle at Fortify.com. And the phone number for Fortify Vitamins is 866-503-9746. That's 503-9746. We got a lot to talk about. You're listening to Ask the Doctors and Taylor. So that's Dr. Susan Summerton, myself, Dr. Michael Lange, and Taylor Moncado of Fortify Vitamins. So let's go to the phone, and that's our good buddy Steve in Clearwater. Steve, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Yes, in next week maybe, or the week after, I've done some research on, Lindsey Graham had that aortic tear. And sure enough, there is a nutritional connection with people who get that. And it's, like I said, I'll talk about that in a few weeks because I don't have all the facts, but it's very interesting. Oh, okay. Number two, do you know, and I'm using you as a reference here, do you know any sugar that is more common in raspberries?
The sugar and raspberries, fructose.
Yeah, do you know any particular sugar that's more common in raspberries?
So there is, raspberry has some certain ketones that helps you metabolize fat. Okay. But I'm not, as far as the sugar, just fruit sugar, fructose. Yeah. Okay. I don't know any difference, but you may. The reason I'm asking is because you know how NASA said that many years ago, they said they found amino acids in meteorites and out in outer space they found amino acids. Well, they found sugar now in outer space. And during the report that they said that this sugar is a sugar found in high concentration in raspberries. So I'll try to figure that out and let you know about that. Steve, we all know that the alien diet consists of high amounts of raspberries. That's why they come to planet Earth to get the raspberries. So what do you think, Susan?
Well, I was trying to think what E.T. ate for a snack in that movie, but I couldn't connect it to that. But I did look up that it was erythrulose that they found in the Milky Way. But then I was thinking, did they mean a Milky Way candy bar?
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
That's interesting that they found amino acids and sugars and meteorites in outer space. Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
Makes you go,
And one other question I have, when you're creating this is a question for Taylor. When you're creating a supplement, there's some things that are good. Like, for instance, you don't want iodine for people with that thyroid disease, and you don't want this, how do you develop a supplement or a multivitamin that the most amount of people can take, and yet not be deficient in things that most people would benefit from? How do you make that balance?
That's a good question, Steve. So as we're stepping through our process, we have to lean heavily on our own experience and expertise from a nutritional science standpoint, and then also do our additional research. And to my original point, we're not going to find that one size fits all, but we can lean on that expertise, lean on the research, lean on our own experience, and work in tandem with the manufacturer to make sure that we're creating a balanced product.
And then also, we're also involved in clinical studies ourselves. We did the Blaze study years ago, which was a pilot study, beta-carotene, lutein, alpha-carotene, zeaxanthin absorption study. It's hard to say. So we were literally one of the first in the industry, if not the first, to remove beta-carotene from our supplements, especially being an eye supplement that has carotenoids that are beneficial for the eye. You do not want beta-carotene. By the same token, we don't put carrots, sweet potatoes, and pumpkin into our superfoods because that might block the nutrients that are good for the eye. And, we've learned over the years about omega-3. We did many omega index studies, and we developed our Fortify Super Omega, our Fortify Super Omega-3 Max, to be at therapeutic levels that legitimately bring your omega index up to a therapeutic level to get the health benefits. We did multitude of intracellular blood studies on patients with macular degeneration and without macular degeneration. That's how we developed the Fortify Next Gen Macular Defense line. And we've changed that formula 17 times in 20 years. So it's an effort. It's a team effort. And that's why I surround myself with people like Dr. Summerton and Taylor, because they're experts in the field. I stole them away from where they were working before. And Dr. Summerton had a really good gig. And Taylor was with Futureceuticals, a great company. But now they're on the Fortify team and helping us take Fortify to that next level. Remember, right science, right ingredients, right for you.
And one more real quickie. How many times in a month. When you use your Optomat, does that result in a referral to another specialty? For instance, you find something that a rheumatologist might want to learn about, or you find something about a neurologist would need to know. How often does that Optomat find a problem in which you tell that patient that would require that patient to go to another specialty?
Oh, I would say several times during every week for each doctor.
Really?
For example, I think I talked about it a few weeks ago, and it's just not necessarily patients are coming in with a problem. We get patients coming in just for their annual routine eye exam, expecting us and hoping that we're going to tell them everything's okay, which that's what we want to do too. But we offer the Optomax screening. And again, just last week, I had a patient, everything was fine, routine exam. He hadn't had one in about 4 years. And we found a retina tear right there. And so we were able, even though it was a Friday afternoon, to get him into the retina specialist right away, because if you have that tear, we usually say you have flashes and floaters, but that is not the case for everybody. You might be no symptoms. And so we were able to get that lasered the same day so that they don't risk that whole retina detaching, which is a very much more difficult surgery to be able to repair and restore vision.
Yeah, the Optomap is an amazing piece of technology. Every eye care provider should have an Optomap because it helps you detect, like you said, things early in the ballgame. Vascular problems, melanoma, retinal holes, retinal tears, vein occlusions, artery occlusions. And so it helps us detect systemic problems, hypertension, diabetic, atherosclerosis. So an eye exam may not only be vision saving, ultimately it could be life saving. The key is early detection. And with that, Steve, we got a lot of people loading up, my friend.
Okay, and Taylor, you like Dr. Summerman, you're very, very verbally competent, and you speak well and explain things well. And I think Dr. Lange caught a good fish when he got you.
Well, Steve, I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, Steve. Have a good day. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctor and the team. Give us a call at 877-969-8600. You can always watch this, review this tape, if you will. I don't know if we call them tapes anymore. It's not a tape. It's a digital apparatus. But you can go to our YouTube channel, and that's simply Ocular Health Dr. Michael Lange, or Dr. Michael Lange Ocular Health YouTube channel. And for years and years and years, you can see videos and just look at the title. All right. If you got a question, give us a call, 877-969-8600. If you want to call and set up an appointment to see one of the doctors at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, I'm going to give you this number twice. So get a pen and paper. Lange Eye Institute is 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. Lange Eye Institute is right there in the Villages. It's Golf Cart Central, and it's a pretty amazing place. So it's just, 40 minutes outside of Orlando or Tampa, and 30 minutes this side of Ocala. All right, let's go to the phones. Scott in Lumberton, Mississippi.
Good morning. How y'all are?
We doing great.
Good. Top of the morning to all y'all. And I see you got a new young man that you stole from somebody else, I hear.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's the case. Yes,
that's Taylor.
Was that?
He was a good catch, as Steve said. A good catch. We're reeling him in, let me tell you. We got him on a broken back jitterbug for you bass fishermen, and we're reeling him in.
Well, I tell you, talking about backs and whatnot, now on some of your nutrients, and these dogs running here, what's good for, say, arthritis or back pain if you're out in the field doing a bunch of work, and you know how it is. I know you do a lot of that. Now, you're out there hours on end, you come back. It could be arthritis. It could be just soreness. What ingredients are in your products that people should look out for that would help the body, not fillers, but the real deal?
Right.
In your opinion?
Yeah, that's a great question, Scott. And as you know, if you especially follow me on social media, I'm out on my lake farm a lot, on the tractor, and and doing a lot of crazy things that I shouldn't be probably at 60 years of age, or a little over 60 now. And I've broken a lot of bones in my body racing motocross and things that I probably shouldn't have been doing either. So I have some pain and aches and arthritis in my body. And I got to tell you what I take and works really well for people. Number one, I think a good omega-3. You have to get a re-esterified triglyceride form omega-3. And so we've, of course, developed Fortify Super Omega for everybody under 200 pounds and Fortify Super Omega-3 Max if you're over 200 pounds or really have a lot of inflammation. So that kind of is your base. It helps lower inflammation, improve circulation. Everybody would benefit from a good re-esterified triglyceride omega-3. Remember, most omega-3 is an ethyl ester molecule, has ethanol attached to the backbone. You don't want that. Number two, a good curcumin. We have Fortify Next Gen Curcumin. It has curcumin in it. Curcumin, in my opinion, is the best curcumin on the market. It's an only oleoresin food-grade curcumin. It absorbs about 59 times better than just a BCM 95 type of curcumin, and it doesn't have any black pepper or any synthetics that can have potential side effects that are unwanted, so it absorbs very well. Curcumin also reduces pain and inflammation. And the final piece of the puzzle, and we're going to talk about this in more detail in a few minutes with Dr. Summerton and Taylor, is using a good marine collagen tripeptide. So that's our Fortify Rejuvenate. And our Rejuvenate is a powder, comes in 4 different flavors. It's all natural. And we also added hyaluronic acid, which is great for knee and joint pain, rice ceramides, Dermaval, which is a superfood developed by dermatologists, a mild multivitamin, some liposomal vitamin C, and a few other nutrients. So the combination of those work really well. If you only did one, I would do omega-3. If you did 2, I'd do omega-3 and the Next Gen Curcumin. But if you want the trifecta, the triple whammy, I would do a combination of Fortify Rejuvenate, Fortify Next Gen Curcumin, and Fortify Super Omega. And Dr. Summerton is also very athletic, and she's been known to have some aches and pains in her body. And I think she's gotten some relief, and she can chime in on some of her experiences as well.
I agree. All the omega-3, using that good form, the curcumin, which curcumin comes from that spice turmeric, but unfortunately, regular turmeric only has about 2 to 6% of that active curcumin that's going to really help lower inflammation. And inflammation and oxidative stress, that's usually what's causing the pain, and it's going to do it naturally. It is good to take it with food. Same with the fish oil. They're both fat soluble. And so you want a little bit of fat in whatever you're eating because we want to maximize the absorption. And the good quality, your doctor might be a little picky if you're on other medicines with omega-3 and the curcumin. So you just have to check with your doctor first, especially the curcumin if it has black pepper. The black pepper they use helps you absorb that, but it'll also interfere with the absorption of your other medications. So we don't use the black pepper for one of those reasons, but always check with your doctor first.
And also, black pepper long-term can believe it or not, damage your liver as well.
That's interesting about that black pepper. Now, you're talking about black pepper as ingredients in products or across the table black pepper, or what are your thoughts on that?
No, you can put black pepper on your food. You're in Mississippi, so you like spicy things. I'm sure you're close to Louisiana and New Orleans, so black pepper on your food is fine, but it's concentrated black pepper that they're putting in some of these supplements to increase the absorption. Long term has some potential negative side effects for the mucosal lining in your gut, for your liver, and for absorption of other potentially beneficial drugs that you're taking. So I'd be very careful with that long term.
It's typically listed on the product as piperine.
Yep.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, that's some good answers as usual, and got a lot of brain power in that studio now. But I appreciate it, and y'all have a great day.
All right. Thanks, Scott. That's the Mississippi Man. All right. You're listening to Ask the Doctors and Taylor Moncado from Fortify Vitamins. Give us a call at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. And if you want to call and, obviously you realize now that Taylor's a pretty intelligent young man in the nutritional world, and that's what he eats, breathes, and sleeps. And so I'm going to give you the phone number if you got to get in touch with Taylor during the day to Fortify Vitamins, or if you want to make an order, you want to, ask him questions regarding the supplements. So Fortify Vitamins is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. And we're working on getting a state-of-the-art phone system, aren't we?
We sure are. Yeah, especially over the last couple of weeks. We're working on fixing a lot of or aligning some of the issues that we had, and then also upgrading that system too to make it a little bit more efficient for our customers, hone in on what has made Fortify successful, which is our customer service as the backbone of the organization, but also continuing to deliver that good service with premier products.
And then we'll be ultimately moving Fortify Vitamins, still, a little ways away, a few months anyway, over to the new building. So we'll be probably closing down the one on State Road 200, the Lange Nutrition Center, and we're going to move it over there to the corner of 27th Avenue and Magnolia. And I think everybody would be pretty impressed when they see what we're going to have to offer there. And then if anybody wants to rent the space upstairs in that building, that two-story building on State Road 200, you just get in touch with us. All right, so the Mississippi man, Scott, he kind of segued into something we want to talk a little bit about. So one thing that sets us apart in the collagen world is we use a collagen tripeptide, where most people are using collagen peptides. And there's nothing wrong with collagen peptides, but you got to use 10 grams of collagen peptides to get some benefits. And when we were developing the Rejuvenate, we have a lot of other things in the Rejuvenate, so we didn't want to have to put 10 grams in there on top of that, so the scoop would be huge. So that's about the time a few years ago where FDA approval of a marine collagen tripeptide came out. And it's pretty exciting. It's called Moracal, and it's the first marine collagen tripeptide, not a peptide. And it supports collagen synthesis. It supports hyaluronic acid production. It supports ceramide production, so it helps with crepey skin. We have the ability to really help people, not only their eyes, but we can help the health of their skin, the integrity of their skin as well, can't we?
We have, and it's another just looking to see what we can do. And we haven't talked about that ceramides a lot, but it improves your natural ceramide production in your skin. And that's kind of what is the cement between the bricks of holding the outer barrier together so you don't lose moisture, and protects against even allergens and irritants and reduce that dryness. And before I forget, because I know this is really important, it's kind of what we talked about with curcumin that we forgot to mention, this Dr. Lange, is that study. There's a concern about the cyclospora, the big parasite outbreak. People are nervous about that. It's in 32 states. There's a study they just did on mice that taking that curcumin helps reduce that shedding and eliminates those parasite damage and protects the intestines. So if you guys are worried about cyclospora, make sure you take your curcumin.
All right, take that when you're eating your fruits and vegetables.
We don't want that contaminated lettuce.
So we got time just briefly here. We got about a minute and a half left. I want to mention something really quickly that we're going to be installing into the Lange Eye Institute. And this is a product called Sight Science. It's a tear care system. It's got a Medicare-approved code, and it actually treats the root cause of meibomian gland dysfunction and dry eye. It's called Tear Care by Sight Science. It's the only one approved by Medicare, and a lot of you have dry eye related to blocked meibomian glands, and we do the IPL treatment, which is great. But some of you might not be bad enough to do the IPL OptiLite, and so this might be what you need. Or sometimes we can try this before we try the OptiLite IPL because it is covered by your Medicare. So we're going to have this next week available at the Lange Eye Institute Sight Science Tear Care System to help your dry eye, to help open your meibomian glands. It's a really unique piece of technology. It's painless. It takes about 15 minutes, and it's covered by your insurance. Isn't that good, Susan?
Everybody likes to hear that it's covered by their insurance. They pay a lot for it, so we want to utilize it to give you that great eye health and good vision. I
want to thank Dr. Summerton. I want to thank you, Taylor, for co-hosting the show. We got many of these shows to come, so we're going to have a blast, especially when we move the studios down to the villages.
Exciting times.
So we've got 15 minutes to tell everybody goodbye.
15 seconds. Have a great, happy, healthy day.
Have a great weekend, all.
All right, this is Dr. Lange helping keep America fit and healthy. We're out of here. Have a great day. God bless you, and God bless America.